Hey, what's going on, everyone? Izzy Jakarash here. Welcome back to Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. Last episode, we encountered and engaged Gandrada. Which means now that all of Samus's fellow bounty hunters are dead. Now this is interesting because the game is actually pulling a trick on you. And actually teasing something to come later. Like it says, that's Aurora Unit 217's image. But if you look at it, you can tell that it's not, actually. You find out later this is actually Aurora Unit 313, which was on the GFS Valhalla. And just some of the things you can tell, they indicate that it's not 217. It's got a spinal column, by the looks of it. And then some of these appendages 217 doesn't have. And it doesn't have that red mouth eye thing. I recognize your trick, game. Of course, you may not automatically know that. Just going through the first time. And since we defeated Gandrada, we got that voltage grapple upgrade, which allows us to transfer and also absorb our own suit energy. Kind of hurts a bit, but it can be worth it. Falling gear appears movable, cannot get enough leverage to pull from this angle. Oh. Defeat. Sounds cheerful. The 2 weeks following the seed's impact were disastrous. Like the Aurora unit, we too were infected with a Phazon-based virus. The spreading corruption consumed many of us, putting us under Space Pirate control. It was not long before only a handful of us remained. During this time, there was but a moment that we received aid. Gore, the hunter, dispatched by the Federation, arrived here to restore the Aurora unit. Our hope quickly vanished as he too was corrupted by Phazon and lost his own will. He now leads the assault on the remaining survivors, taking more and more of the station over with each passing day. There is no hope left for us. Soon we too will be among the enemy forces. The last of us now stand before the brink of our history's end, silently waiting out our final hours. I am Elysian, descendant of both the Chozo and the First. I am facing the last moments of my life and transferring my memory to the data pod. Very poetic, since this paragraph, or this last paragraph even, was the very first paragraph in the very first data log. Needs more leverage, you say? What a shot! Ooh, a Torzo. Skin that shows an elder statue was sculpted 1013.81 years ago. Wow. No wonder the Chozo are so advanced. Like, they created stuff like that over 1,000 years ago. Approaching that hole is always a bit trippy because I wasn't actually looking down with my Wii remote. When you approach that hole, whoop, it forces you to look down. Whoop. Come on. One of my housemates who's also the unfortunately the neo-Nazi in the house. Spends most of his time in the recliners in the common area. And it always makes a loud, and it's right, and that area is right above my room. So it always makes a bit of a racket whenever he folds and unfolds the recliner. and moves route. And plus my room is right by the stairwell in the basement. So when people are moving up and down the stairs, it always makes quite the racket as well. Severe damages now. Hopefully. Oh, shoot. Spiderball track. Just love the scenery, it's so great. I actually didn't realize until recently that, like, I've heard people refer to this area as steampunk. And I didn't really know what that meant. I just thought it was like, oh crap. I thought it was a reference to some kind of game. Probably because of cyberpunk. But it was only until recently I looked up what steampunk meant, and I was like, oh, okay, so it's actually a science fiction genre. I think if I recall correctly, like... Oh, I already got it. Right. And if you want to talk steampunk, one such example, I guess, would be Treasure Planet. Which is, I think, certainly a very underrated Disney movie. And it's really sad because, like, I didn't hit the door, did I? Nope, I didn't. And it's sad that, like, some people will refer to it as Disney's biggest mistake, which I totally disagree. But, like, they'll say, you know, it's Disney's biggest mistake, and I guess it just didn't do so well. In fact, I think it didn't actually do so well when it came out. But it's sad because Disney, like, you know, Disney gets so much crap for its Star Wars stuff, which is well-deserved. With the exception of, I think, movies like Rogue One or, you know, stuff like that. But it's sad because it's other sci-fi stuff that it actually came up with was actually pretty cool. Like Buzz Lightyear. I mean, that was kind of more like a spin-off idea. for Toy Story, but they did make cartoon, at least a cartoon movie for it, and it was fun. It was enjoyable. And Treasure Planet was another thing they came up with. Now, of course, it was based off of the story Treasure Island, with sort of a sci-fi steampunk twist, as I said. But it was cool. It was fun. It was charming. Phazoid. Anyway. Phazoids are masses of Phazon energy that form after a Leviathan has been destroyed. They still retain a small bit of sentience and are mindlessly aggressive. It's kind of funny those two things are in the same sentence. The only way to damage... Or maybe it's just the conjunction. Small bit of sentience and are mindlessly aggressive. The only way to damage a Phazoid is by attacking it with Phazon-based attacks. However, this has a side effect of causing the creature to split into two smaller forms. Once the Phazoid has split small enough, it will simply fly at a target and detonate on contact. It is said that some Phazoids may split into a rare crimson-colored form. That's kind of trippy. I love it. And actually, something I like to say. Whoop, crap. That's not what I like to say, but Red Phazoid, rare strain of corporeal energy, vulnerable to Phazon-based attacks. Red Phazoids, like their more common siblings, can only be damaged by Phazon-based weaponry. They are wildly aggressive and will split into smaller forms on attack. Their reddish appearance is the result of an unstable energy core, an uncommon mutation that occurs when a Phazoid is formed. Overloading their core with Phazon energy will destroy them, causing them to yield a rare item. Cool. Can you get out of there, please? Oh. Crap.
Samus, this is Admiral Dane.
Hey, Admiral. Can you call back?
I've ordered the Federation fleet to walk to the pirate homeworld and begin the invasion. I think it's time we took the fight to them.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
We'll contact you when we're ready to commence our assault.
Poor fellow doesn't know I'm busy. Sorry about that. Now, I'm actually continuously getting credits throughout this game of various colors, except I turned off displaying the credits. But that's one type that you can get, the gold credits. Oh, it's one of you guys. Invader. Now, of course, some of these are not in order. Like the one we read earlier was like the last one, I believe. Anyway, we watched as Alicia fell victim to the meteor's corruption, its Phazon beginning to consume her. High above the noxious surface, we continued to collect data on the object. It was not long before we met a new enemy. Space pirates, hostile alien life forms, and sworn enemies of the Federation entered the station and attacked. But I've always kind of wondered about the phrase sworn enemy. Is who's doing the swearing? Like, are the space pirates, like, do they swear they're enemies of the Federation? Or do the Federation swear that they're enemies of space pirates? Or does it mean, like, both ways? I don't know. Anyway, the pirate forces struck swiftly, their numbers and weapons dwarfing our own. After their initial assault, they began construction of a massive energy shield around the meteor. They referred to the fallen object as a seed, and quickly built the protective barrier. Any resistance they met from us was crushed, and the massive shield was built without interruption. Our attention then turned to the pirates themselves. If we could not stop them through combat, perhaps there was another way. Our studies quickly yielded unexpected results. Your bodies are somehow self-generating Phazon. No, okay, never mind. All of the space pirates were corrupted with Phazon, but unlike other life forms, they were actually being sustained by it. This Phazon kept them alive, and it appeared to control their minds with a will of its own. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. How, like when I was talking about how not all of the pirates perished at the end of Prime 3. Let's see, I've already gotten you, yes. Sorry about that. Let's see. Where's this lead? Transit. Huh. Maybe it'd just be better if I went back the way I came. Oops. But yeah, how like not all of the space pirates die at the end of Prime 3 or this game, obviously. So it seems only those who are bound to Dark Samus's will or her disciples, as we were reading about earlier, last episode. Only those perished. Wait. Which one? Oh, this way. Okay. And so, like, that's probably why they ended up perishing, is because, like, it turned out those pirates were actually being preserved by the Phazon within them. And then their sudden, like, mindless transformation, and they're like, it's like, oh no, Dark Samus is attacking us, to all of a sudden, oh my gosh, she's the best, you know. Like, I think it's fairly obvious their minds got consumed by her power. What I find interesting about Dark Samus, and also, like, another thing that I think indicates that she's, like, as much of a... Sorry about that. That she's as much of a supernatural being as a crazy alien hybrid, is that she somehow makes herself the be-all, end-all of Phazon itself. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the last data log, and it just happens to be Phazon. I didn't know that. 1 week after we had lost communication with the Aurora unit, we witnessed the living planet strike again. It sent forth several stellar objects, one aimed directly for us. It streaked through the clouds of Elysia, destroying a large portion of our home, ultimately striking the distant core below. Soon our sensors detected the presence of strange energy. Our readings matched with the Federation's data. This was the same toxin that corrupted countless other planets and our creator's world, the galactic scourge called Phazon. See, I don't remember who it was that said this, but like it was in an unused log that identified Elysia as a gas giant, which makes sense. But then there was like something else that was like, well, it's not actually a gas giant. But it said the seed struck the distant core below. And of course, gas giants have like an iron earth core or something at the center, if I recall correctly. Try something. Or don't. But anyway, that log seems to reconfirm that Elysia is a gas giant. The way I see it, anyway. Wait, no. Wait, is that Oh. Over here. Now, of course, what used to be here was the big Spire pod, but it's no longer there because we straight up put a nuke in it and dropped it on the Leviathan shield. Because we're awesome. Anyway, now there are some expansions I could collect, but I'm not gonna bother for now. Part of that is to just, you know, get back to the story. But another part of that is because I want to savor all of my upgrades once I get all of them. Because if you just wait around, or if you get most of the expansions before you even get all of your upgrades, well, then you don't get to enjoy them as long.
Samus, the Federation Armada is now in orbit above the pirate homeworld. We're ready for the final assault, but the base is protected by a barrier that prevents us from landing. We need you to disable this defense system. Unit 242 has located its control center. Here are the coordinates.
Oh, I know where it is, don't worry. But if I forget, I'll definitely take a look. I miss being on trains in real life. Used to go in them a lot while I was in Europe. Just haven't been on a train in a while, haven't been on a plane in a while. I've been on so many of them in my life, and just... For some people, just that gets old after a while, but for me, I'm just like... You know what? It just becomes a part of my DNA, you know? Sorry about that. Oh, wait. Let's actually change the top first. Because this just leads me to Sorry about that. Ah, no. I do have to say, this is one of my favorite upgrades as well in this game. Not just what it does, but also the look. It just adds a lot. And we got, what are you guys called again? Sorry about that. Assault Arrow Trooper. Armor deflects missile attacks. Only the best can join the ranks of the Assault Arrow Troopers. Heavily armored, they are resistant to most weapon systems. Their unique armor is able to deflect all missile attacks, but can still be damaged by beam weapons. Like regular Arrow Troopers, they wield 2 remote attack pods, and contact one is equipped with a particle cannon, the other with a gel bomb or a gel bomb stick. Okay. You Arrow Troopers just keep getting uglier. Oh, right. Missiles can't hurt you guys. What? I didn't know that. I didn't know I could do that. Whoa, knocked the armor right off of them, eh? Since when could I use the grapple beam against those guys? See how my arm cannon is all orangey? Same reason I'm looking a bit orangey here. It's the hazard shield, fam. I think those are Metroid eggs. The acid raindrops are all, like when they hit my visor, they turn black. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, more of you guys, eh? Oh boy. Got Commando pirates coming in. Come on, overload, overload, overload. I don't use my hybrid missile enough. Give him some love. That just totally vaporized him. Again, easier to see what's going on around here with this. Sorry about that. I suppose I should head back to my ship and then back to the other area. That seems like a solid plan. The symbol kind of looks like an L. Does this make this an L train? Why is it even called the L train? I've never lived in a big city, so I wouldn't know. Except, like, if I recall correctly, it's not L as in the letter L, it's like EL. just review a few things. Oh, sweet. This music has come up. Just missing. Which this track is a mix of oh, excuse me. This track is a remix of a track from Super Metroid. What am I missing Federation-wise? It's always annoying when, at least to me anyway, it's always annoying when you realize there's a scam log you don't have. Because then you're wondering, what did I scan? What did I not? Critter, Phazon feeding vermin that usually travel in large groups. Critters are common vermin that are usually found underground. They tend to nest in dark places and come out only to feed. Their main source of sustenance is Phazon, a weakness pirate slaves use against them. Critters will often be caught in simple traps set up by the starving pirate slaves. So that's why they're so thin. By the starving pirate slaves, who then feed on the small creatures. But the pirates rarely have the last laugh, as some internal organs of the skritter will release a toxic fluid when bitten. Those who become violently ill because of this are often said to have a case of the skritters. So I see. Oh. That's some serious locking mechanism we got there. Sorry about that. Get wrecked, home slice. Or don't. Oh, come on. Purification. Our great leader, with the aid of our captured Aurora unit, has discovered many of Phase's secrets. Dark Samus can now command the living world to send forth Phazon seeds. She was eager to test this new power. When we heard the first world to receive this blessing was our homeworld, we rejoiced. The seed was sent into the void and quickly made its way to our homeworld. Our brethren foolishly tried to repel it, but their efforts were in vain. To think, once we were as pathetic as them. Now the deed is done, and slowly our homeworld becomes like Phase. Soon there will be 2 living planets, 2 Phazon sources for our great leader to use as she sees fit. Soon there will be thousands of new disciples for her to command. Yeah, you guys lost it. Ooh, another tram. I wonder if the word tram is short for something. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'd like to save. Oh, I can think of one Federation entity I've not scanned yet. Oh wait, I know both of them that I haven't scanned yet. Which I hope it's not too late to scan. One of them. Oh, wait. Powerful sucker you got there. Interesting looking Phazon root thingamabobbers. pretty to look at. Ah, shoot. I actually was, in fact, hesitating back there because I started getting paranoid that I wasn't going to be able to get this one scan log unless I leave this planet right now and go find it. But there is a chance that I'll still be able to get it. Anyway. The time has come. Our leader commands. We go to war at last. 3 worlds will be attacked, each important to the Federation. We shall destroy the spy station at Elysia, the fuel production of Brio, and the naval station at Norian. Each of those wretched worlds will become as Phase, each a foothold into the territory of the hated Federation. From those worlds our vanguard will go forth. At long last our enemies will be humbled, then enslaved. 3 Phazon seeds will be sent, and an armada will accompany each of them. Dark Samus herself will lead the attack on Norian. Victory is ours for the taking. So sure of that, are you? Excuse me? Phazon Harvester Drone. Anti-air system cannot be destroyed, but overloading it will stun the drone. Man-portable weaponry cannot penetrate the thick hull of the Phazon Harvester. The anti-air weapon system is vulnerable, but overloading it with weapon fire will only disable the drone temporarily. The pirates converted several Goliath-class heavy assault drones into Phazon collecting units. The drone can use its harvesting beam cannon for defense and is equipped with an anti-aircraft missile defense system. I guess I can't, shoot it at the moment. You can later on. Just not right now. Probably more to do with the planetary defense system. Oh, hello. Why aren't you letting me scan? Mining cannon fires a high-frequency beam that is used to cut through Phazon deposits. This beam sucks up and transports the loose Phazon cut free with the Phazon mining cannon. Not that it's really important to keep it secret, so I'm just gonna say, so the scan log that I'm worried that I won't get is the Aurora unit in Skytown. Like, I realized I didn't scan it once I had gotten the map and everything. Which you can't get it until, like, you finish your mission at Elysia, I think. And the reason there's a chance I won't be able to get it is because at some point it clouds up because it's busy, like, processing something. Probably finding phase or something. But there is a chance I can go back and get the scan once phase is discovered. But anyway. Today is a day of celebration and woe. Our forces have taken Planet Brio, leaving the Federation outpost there in cinders. Though we missed their spy base at Elysia, the planet itself was struck with a Phazon seed. But Norian was a failure. All thanks to the accursed hunter Samus Aran. All is not lost, however. Our great leader defeated Aran and her mongrel allies in battle. If they aren't dead, they'll soon wish they were. Each of them bears her mark of corruption. Soon they, like we disciples, will bow to her will. Over my dead body. Nova Bean. Space Pirate doors are banned. Green shields may only be destroyed with a high frequency beam. Oh, wrong visor. Somebody just went in time mode. You did, that's it. go. I thought I was getting a new log entry. Ow. Let go. Come on. Okay, that's not a good idea. Come on, you, let go. Hello. Let go. Oh, no, 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 no. Gotcha. Oh, nice. Sorry about that. I really love this upgrade. Just because this beam just feels so fluid. It even looks so kind of fluid. Except I think it's the green door I should go through first. We'll soon see. Is that Zunzi? Is that what I said? Now with the X-ray visor and Nova beam combo, you're super lethal. Brio falls. Command has received disturbing reports from Brio. Contact with our outpost there has been terminated. A coded blip trans showing Commander Run is falling in battle to Samus has arrived. Worst of all, the Brionian seed has been demolished. The Hunter's might is great, and she is as efficient as ever when it comes to disrupting our operations. Our spies within the Federation tell us she travels to Elysia soon. We plan on having an appropriate welcoming party in place for her when she arrives. Commander Gore is a very accommodating host. And then, of course, we read Elysia Falls already. Which sounds like some kind of town or resort, but that ain't what it is. Is that the last one? No. Am I supposed to blow this up too? I was. Okay.
Data received.
Well, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, God bless. And I hope to see you all next time. Ciao.